You're out of here. And in the words of the former host of The Apprentice, you're fired. Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news, and good news at that. The Imane Khelifs of the world, the women with bananas, is banned from the Olympic Games. Ladies and gentlemen, the Olympic Committee has banned them, and that's a win for all the beautiful ladies, athletes, women's sports. That is a plus. That is a blessing. Thank you for the committee. Thank you for the government. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. That was unfair what was going on. That was unfair what happened in the past Olympics out there in Paris. You already know, man, it was crazy. The ceremony, the opening ceremony was crazy. It was dirty. It was unjust. It was nasty. It was unfair, especially to the youth, to be witnessing such a thing in sporting events. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a win for the women. And like, look, in the sport of boxing, we call this a gentleman's sport, right? And I'm glad that we still have gentlemen in the committee, in the Olympic Committee, in the government, and the women, the real women, the righteous women that helped pass this this order to ban and eliminate these men out of women sports, out of women boxing, and everything else, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's read just a little bit. USA Olympic officials bar transgender women from women's competition. The United States Olympic Committee charged its eligibility rules on Monday to comply with President Trump's executive order on the issue, taking the decision away from national governing bodies for each sport. Thank you, 447. Thank you, 4547. Thank you. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look. Again, this is great for women. And there's women, the sad part about it, there's women out there that were supporting this. They were supporting these men not being man enough to compete against the men. They was not good enough. They was too weak, and they want to transition into a body that is not theirs to compete with the ladies and take away their hard work. Because at the end of the day, we all know that men and women are different. But the difference is what makes us beautiful anyway. Just like every culture, what makes us different is the culture. What makes the world like a buffet is beautiful at the end of the day, you know? But let's go back to righteousness. This goes back to the society is running out of people that are righteous. And we got to bring that righteousness mentality back into the homes, back into the workplace, back into society. And this is what I like about what's happening right now. You're not going to be taking advantage of these women. Because, see, I'm a ladies' man, right? And I know there's a lot of great men out there that fight for the ladies. This is a way of fighting for the ladies. And this is the way that women should fight for women. Because what they was doing, these type of men with bananas and platinos, was actually trying to belittle women, take advantage of women, and take women's dreams, shatter their hard work, their motivation, their journey. Because look what happened in the NCAA swim meet a couple of years ago, which that men beat the lady. That's not fair, and people was applauding that. I feel sorry for. I wish more fathers in these games and will stand up and snatch these men out the field, out the track meet, out the pool. Yes, no violence, but in the end of the day, something needs to take place right here. And I even think that men has gotten weak in their position. You know what I'm saying? This is why things are happening in society, because men have lost, have cut their ties and cut their, their extension with the higher power, with God. That now these guys are not righteous anymore, but all of us, we all got to be righteous again and be the extension of God. You know what I'm saying? Because for real, we running amok out here. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like what's happening. Imane Khelif, in my opinion, he should return the gold medal. He should be stripped from the gold medals that he won, and beating these women, almost beating the lady out there in the Paris Olympics. And you already know the Paris Olympics was one of the most disgusting things that we have ever seen in sports entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We have some cheaters, we have some robberies, but what we witnessed last year out there in Paris was highly disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just downing people's lifestyle, because everybody got their life. This is not about people not respecting them. I think that they're not respecting people. You know what I'm saying? They're not respecting the youth. They're not respecting the children. They're not respecting the schools. They're not respecting the church. Trying to infiltrate when you know even in scripture that this is not allowed. It's not what it is. Don't disrespect. You can't even watch an animation film with your children. They have to implement that. You know, you seen the that Toy Story was the Lightyear. You saw that film. They had to implement that. The Beauty and the Beast. They have to implement the you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop. I'm not saying that there's nothing in the world. I'm not saying that people should not be respected. Everybody should respect each other, but not everybody should infiltrate and trying to push an agenda, right? Even in religion, right? Everybody got their choice of religion, and Muslims and Christians and Catholics and Jews and Buddhism or whatever. But when you try to shove that into somebody, you know, that's not godly as well. Not shoving something, teaching, understanding. And if some people want to take the gift, they take the gift. If they want to be a part of certain religions, certain lifestyles, that's on them. You know, everybody got their lives, but I think naturally we know what common sense is, and what's going on, what was keeping going on, letting these men into these women's sports is unethical. Now, so I'm happy with the decision. I'm happy with the Olympic Committee. I'm happy with the government, strong men and women that decided this and voted against these men competing against women, especially in the combat sport where somebody can actually be, you know, actually really hurt, get paralyzed, get killed. And at the end of the day, they're serious sports, right? You know, like we're dealing with, and especially in the combat sports, we're dealing with PEDs and in all sports, right? We have to clean sports up, and now we're going to add that into our women. You know, they got to compete against men as well. We already know that women have had it hard and they're working their butt off to match the pay of men, getting the same shine. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe it's a beautiful thing. Look at Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. She's doing a great thing. Shout out to Reese as well. Beautiful, wonderful. That's making this league like it was Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and elevating their sport. Imagine here comes a man to sabotage what's going on with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA and Reese. Can you imagine? Oh, and then he started ducking all over the place and taking the shine off these women. You think that's fair? No, let the women shine where the women shine. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their role. Everybody got their category. Why people trying to change something that's been, you know, that's just common sense. Can men and women compete? Yes. Hey, compete when there's men and women. For example, if it was Venus Williams with Djokovic in tennis, competing against Serena Williams versus Federer, that would be beautiful. It's beautiful. It's good. But do you want to see Amanda Serrano versus Canelo Alvarez? Do you want to see Amanda Serrano, the 7th division world champion, versus Manny Pacquiao, the 8th division world champion? We're going to be the most decorated champions going to compete against each other. You want to see that? No. You don't want to see that. You want to see Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. You want to see you want to see the best fight in the best. You want to see what you saw Alexander Usyk versus a Tyson Fury. You want to see Inoue versus Bam. You want to see Tio versus Ryan or Tio versus Tank. You want to see, you know what I'm saying? You want to see these type of things that makes sports competitive. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. And one thing is that in sports, politics gets away from sport, need to get away from sports. Sports brought a lot of people together, even when there was racial indifferences and stuff like that. It brings people together. Sports speaks one language, but there's also categories and rules in sports. Let's follow rules. Let's follow what's right. And let's stop trying to turn wrong into right. Let's stop trying to build an abnormal world. Let's stop it. Why we just don't want to be righteous. Why we don't want to make righteous decisions. That's all we're saying. So I don't have nothing against any human, but let's be real. Let's know our place. Let's know the right things to do. Let's carry ourselves and let's build a society where it's fair, great, and righteous. Let me know what y'all think, man. This is Plunge Wrong Boxing. And look, for a message for the men. Again, men, Let's straighten up. Let's be the extension of God. Let's be the extension of God. You know, when there's a man, especially in the house, there's an extension of God. That woman follows. We are a team. And then the children will embody whatever the mother and father has instilled in them. That spiritual strength within them. But it starts with, you already know, the head. So, let me know what y'all think, man. Shout out to all the beautiful women. Shout out to the strong men out there, man, that still living that good. Hey, tradition is not bad. Tradition is good too. Modern is good, but tradition still needs to be the center. When people are getting crazy, go back to the center, and that's why everybody should have God in their heart. You know what I'm saying? We all make mistakes. We all do dabble in certain things. Whether it's alcoholism or drugs or infidelities or just anything that makes you slip away from what's right. But when you have God in your heart, you already know where to go. You always have a home. You know what I'm saying? So keep God in your heart. That's your home. That's your shelter. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. This is Punch Drunk. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.